You're offered the ability to absorb the knowledge of any book you touch instantly, but the way it works is that time freezes and won't unfreeze until you finish reading the book cover to cover. Do you accept this power/curse? Why or why not? If you're a very slow learner and a reader, and if you touched a book in some other language, would you get old till you are done deciphering and reading it? Will you go from 10 years to 90 years in just the flash of normal time? Probably not. It's instant absorption of the knowledge, so to other people it seems like you didn't age or anything. So here is the caveat: it's instant absorption of the information in the book, right? If it's in another language, and not a book about learning that language itself, wouldn't you need to scour to find books on learning that specific language, touch them, then read them cover to cover, in order to be able to come back to the original book to read it cover to cover? How long would that take? Especially if time is frozen. You can't drive or ride a bike to somewhere that might have the books you're looking for. You could only walk, right? I'm certain that I'm overthinking this, but I feel like this could get very convoluted, very quickly. I guess the instant absorption works by freezing time, looking at the book page to page until you've read it, and then the time unfreezes after you've soaked everything in, and while all this happens, you don't age for some reason. Is that what you were saying? Sorry, English is my second language. My take on it is more about touching a book that is in a language you are not familiar with. If I touched a book, for instance, written in Japanese, a language I have zero frame of reference to understand, I would absorb the knowledge of the information in the book immediately. But I would not then be able to read it since I can't read Japanese. So would time stay frozen until I could get my hands on several volumes of books teaching me Japanese, all the way from novice to expert, so that I could then go back and read the original book that I had touched? To further this, what if I touched this original book in Japanese out in a cabin in the middle of nowhere? How could I go about obtaining books on teaching me that language so that I could read the original text? This could conceivably take years of my life. Hey, could you hold these textbooks for me? Oh God, is that one in Mandarin? Yeah, I told you I'm studying abroad next semester. Why are you being so weird about this? I just need to tie my shoe? Well, I have to go, I have a standing up appointment. My goodness, is it 4:30? I am supposed to have a back, sack, and crack. The Stanley Parable is just too good. I love this game so much. I'm really not a gamer, but I love this game so much I'll buy it again when it comes to the Switch, despite already having it on PC. This will be the first game I'll have 2 copies of. It said you had to read it, not understand it. Do you know how to read Mandarin? Just let me leaf through a Learn Mandarin book. Nested time freezes? Uh-oh. If not, you will. And once you read it, you will understand it. But that also makes me ask, when it's in Moon Runes and you don't know the pronunciation, how does that work? This is exactly why I'd say no. This is a effing genie's wish waiting to happen. Hey, a light on the dashboard just turned on. Can you flip open the manual and see what it means? No, Sharon, I'll just Google it like a normal person. Wear gloves. Like 99% of the time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If by chance you touch a book in that 1%, or a book falls and hits your ankle between your pants leg and sock or some crap, then oh well, get reading, try make sure it doesn't happen again. Someone hits you in the face with a book. At least it would be very easy to get revenge. So I can move freely when time is frozen. Or am I stuck there reading? Because if it's the former, what's the problem? If the latter, I can learn a lot of skills easily. Or freeze time by touching Clifford and having a nap. I can't see a downside either way. The downside is if you lose the book or something is preventing you from finishing it, you're kind of screwed unless the abilities allows copies of that book to count. Imagine if you drop the book into a pile of identical copies and the ability does not count reading the copies. Or even worse, the pages vaporize when you turn them. Wouldn't it just hover wherever you let go of it? Hell yeah. I get to take my time reading, absorb all the info, and I get enough time to actually read books instead of just skimming. Sign me up. It's all fun and games until you accidentally touch an encyclopedia. It's all fun and games until you need to rearrange your library. Edit, I get it, guys, and gloves. You can stop telling me that. Assuming that it only works once per book, you'd get the chance to read all the books in your collection that you've bought but never read. I'd say it gets tough if you're a librarian because you have to read books that other people chose to read. Depends on when you got those books. If you got them after you got the power, then you would have already read them. You're a smart one, aren't you? Gloves. The gloves would be something mysterious about you as well, like people know something is up with you but they're not sure what and can't prove anything. Exactly. Imagine meeting this person who has a seemingly endless knowledge about different books, never stressed about not studying enough, and always insists on wearing gloves. Instantly, that person goes from just regular old smart person to someone who definitely has some dramatic secret. Instant cryptid material. Somebody write a book about this. Just wear gloves while writing. I was just thinking that this is almost like AR/writing prompts. Reddit link. Then you could carry around a small book and take off a glove to touch it whenever you want to stop time. Then you could do what you want, read the pamphlet/one-sentence book, and restart time. It's annoying, but it's a decent use of your power. Since it's phrased as an ability, accidental contact doesn't really sound like a thing that would screw you up. I have the ability to run fairly quickly. This does not mean that every time I move, it has to be at my maximum running speed. I have the ability to lift a 50 pounds weight. I am not compelled to lift a 50 pounds weight every time I see one. I have the ability to drive any modern car. That does not mean I will break into yours and drive it away. I have the ability to freeze time by reading a book. If I don't want to read that book, I wouldn't use my ability on it. Edit, I'm fine with being stuck in time once you choose to use your power, but incidental contact just seems too obvious for anyone to risk accepting that curse. Exactly. If Original Poster was a malicious entity looking to monkey paw us, then yeah, there are a lot of ways he could F us over with that description, but since I haven't found Original Poster going more into detail about the ability and there is no malicious undertones, as it stands, the ability should not become a negative. The negative or the trade-off of the prompt is already there, reading the whole book cover to cover. That's the thing Original Poster is wondering if we are willing to do for the ability to gain knowledge, which by the way I'm pretty sure was the main draw of the prompt, not the time freeze which everyone else seems to have jumped for LOL. I included, I'd want this power for the time freeze. Right? Run out of time to clean the house before your parents get home? Quick, touch a book and time will freeze and let you clean. Then just finish reading the book and bam. Want to binge the latest Netflix season? Time to read Hop on Pop. Ooh, sorry, your computer works fine but the server can't respond, always times out. Torrents though, well, if you're a superhero who's going to complain about a little piracy. Yeah, but they didn't specify whether you stop aging in the process. So you could get really old really quick relative to those around you. Freezing time would be cool. But having a shorter life might not be. I get to achieve my life's ambition of becoming an old hag. Not to mention the ability to sleep anytime you want. If you're feeling sleepy, just open a book, sleep and then finish it when you wake up. Keep an emergency backlog of children's books for quick escapes. Could you reread it or will you run out of short books? Unless there is some internet source to generate random stories, counts as a book, then you touch it and boom. My daughter has a set of these tiny, about 2 inches by 1 inch, books in a little case. There's about 12 books in it, and it would fit in probably a cargo pants pocket. Just keep a fanny pack or purse full of that, and you're good. So you are telling me that I can freeze time whenever I wish for however long, and when I resume time, I learn all the knowledge from a book of my choice. Hell yes, sign me the F up. Just, as long as my only pair of glasses doesn't break. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. I can still read the large print books. Eyes fall out. IT's not fair. IT's not fair. Nice reference. Where is that reference from? Original run of The Twilight Zone, time enough at last, Season 1, Episode 8. It's worth the watch. Full episode is available on Netflix, Hulu, etc. YouTube link. If anyone is thinking that actor looks familiar, his name is Burgess Meredith and he played the Penguin in the original Batman TV series, and he was also Rocky's trainer Mickey in the Rocky movies. The Twilight Zone. He was a serious reader, but only had one pair of glasses? Obviously wasn't a Boy Scout. Hey, a Twilight Zone reference. This was one of my favorite episodes in the series LOL. Easy solution: put glasses front of your eyes but don't let them touch you. They won't fall down since time is stopped as long as you don't touch them. Or, take advantage of time being frozen and go somewhere like a mall where there's lots of people and try other people's glasses until you find a pair that's close enough to your prescription. Or just keep a pair or two of backup glasses like me, because although I am not a smart man, I am smart enough to be aware of the fact, smiley face. For real. My significant other wears glasses and, like all glasses wearers, has her RX updated every so often as she ages. She has several pairs of old glasses laying around, and even if they aren't her current correct RX, they are more than good enough to see with. Who are all these people who never keep an old/backup pair of glasses? That's like only owning one pair of shoes, by choice. I have worn the same pair of glasses since 2010. However, tomorrow I go in for an eye exam with an option for contact lenses, and I'm finally going to go to Zenny Optical and get me a number of new pairs of glasses so I can finally stop wearing this pair that has served me for so long. However, to their credit, they have lasted me this long with only minor scratching and absolutely zero breaks. Just bring children's books in sealed bags, and whenever you want to freeze time you just touch one. That's my exact thought. Get an easy book to read. Oh, I need 5 extra hours of sleep. Cool, I'll read a 10-page children's book. When I feel like it. Accidentally touches Where's Waldo, time stuck forever. Okay, side effect of this power is a much stronger power than the main power. Just bring any pocket-sized book along anywhere you go and touch it, win at gambling, grab money from anywhere. Whatever you can think of. 100% would accept. It gives me so many opportunities to be by myself. I like reading, so if I really had to read something, even if I accidentally touched it and hated it, I would. I get to spend hours upon hours by myself, and it's a pretty good way to cheat on tests or steal money or whatever. Yep. Same. Freeze time? Thanks for that power. Just always have a little booklet with you, so whenever you are in some argument, you can tap your time freeze book to collect your thoughts and come off as some super fast-witted intellectual. You can think of your responses while you read. I wonder if books are reusable. If the power is to absorb the knowledge of the book by reading it, then that book is used up after you finished reading it. Get a ton of children's books at your disposal. Bored books galore. Need a break? Touch a baby book with like 3 words in it. Enjoy the solitude, take a nap, catch your breath, then read the book. Children's books would essentially become magic grimoires with incantations. The only spell it would be capable of is time freeze. Can you travel with the book while time is froze? You could pull off some omae wamo crap. This is starting to get very code grass-like. Alligator. Toothbrush. Clock. Monkey. Blanket. Pajamas. That's it. That's a real book, and that's the whole thing. It's called bedtime. I'm not sure what the alligator is doing there either. Feels like I'm activating the winter soldier or something. The winter toddler. Do you not get tired or hungry in this frozen time? Become a publisher of short books of haikus. Yay, just keep gloves on all the time so you don't touch War and Peace. Honestly, you could become a superhero with a utility belt full of kids' books. Just tap them, time freezes, beat up the bad guy, finish reading the kid book, time unfreezes. You're faster than the Flash. You don't even have to start reading right away. Can just touch the booklet to freeze time, then spend eternity researching for a valid argument. Come back finishing the booklet and completely destroy your opponents. Finally, I'll be able to retort with more than "no you." Dangerous though. Imagine you touch a book with a page torn out. You could spend eternity alone, searching for that page. Edit. Few people saying that pages don't need to be present, it's just the ones between the cover. So can you just rip out all the pages to unfreeze time them? That sounds like a good Twilight Zone episode to me. It's not fair. That's not fair at all. There was time now. Or that one Scary Door episode. Cursed by his own hubris. Good thing I can read Braille. This is a much deeper reference than usual. Nice, thumbs up. Saw it coming. They say 1,000,000 monkeys with 1,000,000 typewriters and long enough time would eventually at random type out every combination of everything that could ever possibly be written. So don't start reading that before the monkeys stop typing. Okay. It was the best of times, it was the blurst of times? Stupid monkey. My eyes aren't that bad, I'll just read the large print books. I've had eye surgery and now can't read without, at least, magnifying reader glasses. Because of this episode I have them stashed everywhere. Reading the book cover to cover. It doesn't say all the pages have to be present. Only wins in this scenario. Unless a cover is missing. Could be in a foreign alphabet. Sure, you could probably mouth your way through Spanish or French, but Mandarin. Thai? You could be stuck picking up a Mandarin to English dictionary and have to read it all through again every time you forgot a character. You don't need to memorize the characters because original poster said you absorbed the knowledge of the book once you read it cover to cover. Come to think of it, it's a sick way to learn a language. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Web link. Yep, just read all the words. Who cares if you can't make out a single word? You'll still absorb all its knowledge. Reverse monkey paw, boy. Picked up a Korean unabridged dictionary by mistake. That was a long couple of centuries. It's just cover to cover, so I assume you only have to read what is physically between the two covers. I think the real issue would be touching a book in a foreign language. It says read, not understand. I'm pretty sure this power will help you understand any book. You want to read a book in foreign language and understand it? Okay, just touch it and glaze past the pages, then you gain the instant knowledge and understanding. Does it have to be that same book? Or can it be different copy? So if you accidentally touched a Bible, for example, you'd be stuck frozen in time for like 50 hours. I'm a bit confused about the monkey's paw fine print of this deal, but it doesn't sound that catastrophic. Edit. Yeah, you guys are right, 50 hours is a massive underestimation. That would cover the bulk of the Old Testament, but the whole thing is probably closer to 80 hours. But hey, supernatural speed reading. Imagine a shelf full of Bibles falling on you. Divine retribution. I believe that you, if have already absorbed all the information from one book, you won't have to absorb it, and freeze time with it, again. There are a lot of different versions of the Bible. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.